Good afternoon. This is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com and welcome. Welcome today to a lecture preview for a class I'm doing Monday afternoon on April 22nd. The topic is huge profits in the first 30 minutes of the day, and it is written by me, Melissa Armo, and sponsored by the Stock Swoosh LLC. If you're interested in more information about this free class or anything you hear today, please feel free to contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. And also go to Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube and like me on any one of these places. The lecture date is April 22nd, and the time is 4:30 Eastern Time. The link to go to is www.onlinetradercentral.com. Registration for this event is required, and you may contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com for more information. So, what is the topic description? I always like to do a preview for my classes. This is going to be about how to make huge profits in your trading, specifically the first 30 minutes of the day. Huge profits can be made learning how to properly trade the first 30 minutes of the day. Attend this informative class to find out why taking trades in the first 30 minutes of the day is your key. A key to enormous success. Would you like to be up money within the first 30 minutes of the trading day? Yes, of course. Would you like to make money as soon as you take your first trade? Absolutely, yes. Would you like to only work less than an hour a day? Well, of course. Would you like to hold to bigger targets because your entry is perfect? And I mean absolutely perfect. Learn why trading in the first 30 minutes of the day is your path to large potential profits and true financial freedom. Here is a chart. This was a couple of days ago on GDX. This is about learning how to hold trades to bigger targets. Why? Because this was a beautiful gap. This gap happened last Friday on the 12th. Here's the one that it triggered and fell through on here. And you would have held this down for a bigger profit in the day, knowing that the gap rated good, knowing that this was a good stock pick on the day. And how would you have had conviction to do that? Because you would have gotten a nice entry in this at the top, and you would have been able to hold it to a bigger target. You would have been able to hold it to a huge target because you would never have been down any money since you took the trade. And you got in it at the top in the first 30 minutes of the trading day. And even for a swing trade or core trade, look what you'd be up now. I mean, beautiful move just in a couple of days. Here's another golden gap. This was GLD. Same sector that was taking place. All of these sector gap down last Friday on the 12th. Look at this incredible move. Beautiful elongation here in this nice candlestick in the gap that happened. Fantastic. And then overnight, if you held this, which sometimes they often will, and continue down into themselves the next day, usually a little bit more right into the next day if you do an overnight hold. Look at what this did from Friday to Monday. I mean, seriously, from the gap on Friday all the way down to just this is in 2 days of trading, the stock lost basically $20 some in value. If you played at the day trade here, got into the position up here, held it overnight with the cost average price up here and got up in the morning and look. And of course, you could have added more to the position here in the morning on the day trade that carried through down in here to cost average in more to get more money out of the trade to a bigger target. Why? Because this was a golden gap. This was a highly rated gap. This was a beautiful gap. Same thing with this one. This was SLW. Gap happened on Friday, carried through and fell down deeper into itself. I mean, look at this beautiful move. These are huge, huge moves for all of the price points in here. In the 30s and the 20s, and even though it was $140 some price point for GLD, these are really big moves percentage-wise in a short period of time. Why does it happen? It happens with the momentum and gaps. However, the huge profit is made when you're getting in the position at the right time and at the right price. And it's all about the price. So here was the play in SLW. This was the day of the first gap, the day of the gap on the 12th. You would have rated the gap. You would have known the gap was good to play. You would have liked the pick. What do? You wait for it to set up. It sets up here right at the reversal time. Beautiful trade. Look at this tiny, 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 tiny stop. And if you take this in here, you have a huge profit on the day. And where was the entry? In the first half hour of the day. First half hour of the day. And if you want to get in the trade and get out and be done for the day in the first hour, you can. You're up money as soon as you take the trade. I mean, you are up money as soon as you take the trade. That's a beautiful thing about how I teach how to play these. The entry time was $9.41. The price was $27.15. The stop was over $27.25. The risk was 10 cents. On 4,000 shares, it was $400. The ad came at 10:05. I'll go back and we'll go over that. I like to add at or near my price. At or near my price. I do not like to do ads deep into my price. That's something I could do a whole nother class on, actually. $26.95 was the ad plus 4,000 shares. You double the size. Boom, you've got 8,000 shares. You lower your whole stop over $27.10. Cost average into yourself, then the price is at $27.05. And the target really was 26, okay? You get close to within the target, it scoops around, turns around, goes green, you take it off. I'll go over that in a minute. However, the total profit on this was $78.40. The risk to reward was 19.6 times the amount risked was made in profit. Let's go back and look at it. Okay, here was the initial entry. You put the stop over there, you're in. You could just write it all the way down here. However, I just wanted to point out that if you have so much conviction in this, you get the right entry in the first 30 minutes of the day, you can really make even bigger profits by doing what? And this is what I'm talking about the huge profits by doing the ad and reduces just at the right place. Why? How? Again, this is what I teach. You get in here and you take it down. And of course, you're doing this because you have 100% conviction and is going to go to the target or a bigger target on the day because you rated the gap and it rates good. It gets down here. You get this drop into 11 o'clock reversal time. It's 5 pennies away from the dream target. It flips around, goes green, you get out. Okay, so here was the exit. So it was a beautiful trade. I mean, to make 20 times the amount of risk you made in profit, that is amazing. And this is exactly what I'm teaching people to do and exactly what I'm doing myself. You can do this. You can make huge profits on trades, whether you take one entry or you do the ad, either way. It all starts from what you're doing in the first 30 minutes of the day. The first 30 minutes of the day is how you're getting the best price in this. And the price is what matters in order to make the big money. So trading for huge profits is possible. How? In order to really benefit from the moves in stocks as a trader, you need to learn how to enter position at the proper time. If you can learn how to successfully trade the first 30 minutes of the day, you will have the benefit of getting the best price before a move occurs. Getting into a trade before the move happens can help you maximize your profits for substantially more gains. Getting in a trade within the first 30 minutes of the day gives you so much freedom and flexibility. Learning how to make huge profits is ultimately the way to be successful as a day trader, a core trader, a swing trader, or any type of trader on any time frame. How do you do this? You get it in the right price. So you've got to learn how to do this. It is so great when you learn how to do this because it's less stressful to trade. Why? Because you're up money so quickly. You're up money so quickly because of the accuracy. It's the accuracy and the quality that is allowing you to do this. Of course, you have to learn how. However, it's possible. Financial freedom to live your life is the goal and the reason to learn how to do this. When you start to make huge profits and stuff, then you're really going to town. And you're saying, wait a minute, woo, I can all of a sudden see what my life could be like. Pure financial freedom. Vacations galore. Not having to work like a crazy person 60, 70 hours a week or 2 jobs or whatever people are doing out there right now to make ends meet. I understand what's happening in this economy. But the idea, the object, the goal should not be to work yourself to death. It is supposed to be to get really good at one thing strategically and become a specialist in something that you're doing well and learn the skill. It's a learned skill. Trading is a learned skill. Now, you have to learn from someone who is very skillful. I happen to be. I'm an excellent trader, and specifically in taking trades and making huge profits and getting them at the right entries and picking the right stock symbols in the first 30 minutes of the day. Today I did a trade in IBM. It was probably one of the best. In fact, I know it was one of the best trades I've ever called or taken in my life. And I've called a lot of good trades. I've done a lot of good trades. I have done so many good trades, and I've done a lot of perfect trades. But the trade I did today in IBM was perfect. Every call I made in that was perfect. And so and it was huge. It was absolutely huge, and it had to do with the price that I took the trade. The price that I took the trade made the trade. It allowed me to hold the trade to the bigger target and make the huge profit. If I hadn't taken the trade I did this morning to be able to get in and at that price, I would have never been able to hold it all the way down till where I got out of it. I was never going to get a better price in it when I got in it this morning when I took the first trade and then I did the ad. It was a thing of beauty. So the Golden Gap course is the class that I teach, and really this is your path to huge profits. One of the reasons is the quality in the information and learning how to get in these trades at the exact price, which is exactly what I've duplicated in the trades that I've discussed today. And you'll see when you really start to get good at gaps and trading, and specifically getting in the first 30 minutes on these things, how much profit you can really make and how it helps you not only stick with your trading, but have conviction in the market and be able to hold these things through for bigger moves. Apple is another great example of my strategy and what I teach. This is the daily chart of Apple. This is a golden gap. I called this break was going to happen way before it did. Way before it did. How did I know that? From reading the chart. And I've gotten so good at reading price that I can anticipate what it's going to do before I do it, that I'm able to take my trades and put the stop at the right place too, because that matters as well. You have to have a stop in that you're getting in here, and here's the stop here, so that you can assess the risk. Because huge profits means the risk to reward. Okay, that is really what it's about. In fact, let's go back to that chart earlier. Huge profits means a lot of money. Definitely, everybody knows that. But when you're starting out and you're learning something new as a trader, the most important thing is getting it down right, getting it correctly, becoming a specialist like me. And it has to do with the amount of money that you're risking and the amount of profit that you're getting out of the amount of money you're risking. So to be able to make 20 times the amount of risk is huge. Huge. Whatever your amount that you're risking might be. And you've got to work up to these levels, and you've got to continue to work on that, and you're going to be able to do that once you learn how to do this, because if you can take trades like this, you're going to town. This is beautiful. Some people take trades with a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That makes no sense. I can't be bothered taking trades that make 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. I will pass on trades that make that. The hugeness is in the payout, not just monetarily, but in risk to reward, because obviously everyone's risk is different. But as you grow as a trader and become good at this, you can increase your risk. And that's where the motivation lies. This is the reason to get motivated to do this. Seeing these numbers, seeing the potential just by adding another zero onto the amount that you're taking the position. Just slap on another number there and times it by 20. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, this is the ticket. This is the reason to do this. Many people say, why do you do this, Melissa? You could do so many different types of things. I don't need to. This, first of all, there's nothing else that even exists in reference to trading strategies. And I know because I've tried them all. When I was learning and teaching myself how to trade, I tried every strategy there was out there. This one has the biggest payout. And not only that, you can do it on multiple time frames. There's a lot of trading strategies you can't do and take to turn into a day trade, a swing trade, a core trade, all in one type of system. My system, you can. The Golden Gap system can be done as day trading, swing trading, or core trading. And there's many things you can do, but they're only day trades. They're only swing trades, whatever the case may be, but not with this. Why? For one reason and one reason only, because of the gap. So there's no reason to do anything else. Number one, this has the biggest momentum moves. Number two, it has the biggest payout and hugest for the risk to reward. And number three, the amount of consistency that I find in these gaps, the number of times I get them in a week, in a month, in a year's period overall is plenty, is a plethora for all you need to be able to pay yourself from the market. And number 4, this specifications, this quality, these entries that I've discovered and that I teach and that I do for real every day that I singly get them is, I don't see that. And I've looked at many, many different types of things and anything else, the cleanliness of the setup. The setup that I just showed you, that type of, I call it clean. What do I mean when I say something's clean? When it's clear, when it's obvious, when the numbers work, when the timing is good, when everything coordinates together. Those type of setups happen in gaps. All the time I see them where everything works in conjunction together, specifically the way that I taught myself and the way that I'm doing it in my Golden Gap system. Everything comes together. That's what I mean by clean. Clean is I take the trade, I'm up. I mean, that is a clean setup to me. When you take a trade and you're up money immediately. And I call it no suffering because you don't have to wait and wait and wait and wait. So, getting back to Apple, this was a beautiful, beautiful example of my system and how you can do something for huge profits when these gap. So it's called the Golden Gap System. If you'd like more information, then come to the class I'm doing on Monday night. And it's going to be about how to make huge profits in the first 30 minutes of the day. And we're going to go over some trades and some specific entries and exactly what I'm doing in these in the lecture on Monday. It will be very exciting and very interesting. And the headliner for Monday's class is going to be, guess what? IBM. Just phenomenal. Absolutely, absolutely phenomenal play. So come to the free class to find out how to make huge profits in the first 30 minutes of the day. The class is April 22nd from 4:30 Eastern Time to 5:30. And if we go a little bit over, that's fine. Go to www.onlinetradercentral.com. Registration is required. If you're interested in more information on gaps or the lecture on Monday at 4:30, contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. I love trading. I love trading. I love trading gaps. I love the Golden Gap. I love my bearish gap system. I love trading. I love the market. I love IBM. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you at the class on Monday. Have a great weekend.